Loudoun County, Virginia, a trans student was allowed into the women's bathroom where he assaulted a girl. They moved him to another school where he did it again. See Irvine, California last month, where a trans student entered the women's locker room and flashed the girls there. When they confronted him, he mercilessly beat them. This happened again in Gwinnett County, Georgia. This happened again in Oklahoma City. This happened again in Ohio, where a trans man was allowed to use the locker room where he was arrested for flashing little girls. The judge dropped the charges after he ruled that this man was too fat for them to see anything. In this city, a man using they-them pronouns hunted down and killed a female jogger because he, quote, wanted to look just like her.
So there's this clip of this dad in Maine a couple of days ago, and he's talking to the Board of Education, and he's proving a great point here. And during the demonstration, during the conversation that he was having with the Board of Education, he had his wife come along and another woman that was with her, and they started to undress as he was talking.
Well, you guys had an opportunity to be heroes. You guys became heroes. So I'm about to show you guys how uncomfortable it is to be young girls.
Point of order, we've asked that we...
Oh, so wait. They're covered.
Keep going.
That's what these young girls feel
Keep
like
going.
when a boy walks into the locker room and starts unchanging in front of them. Yeah, you feel uncomfortable, right? You feel uncomfortable, huh? Ooh. That's what these young girls feel like every time a young boy changes in front of them. You can look at me like that all you want. That's exactly how they feel. And you, Miss Muffy, oh, well, I don't know if I stand with girls or if I stand with my, with the look. So you don't care how young girls feel? You don't care about the safety of young kids? What about what happened in Virginia with that boy that raped a young girl in a bathroom? They got sent to another school and did it again. What are we going to do when that happens here? Are you going to look that girl in the face and say, sorry, I didn't protect you?
And he wanted to demonstrate to the Board of Education, if you feel uncomfortable with these grown women stripping in front of you right now, imagine how our daughters feel having boys that identify as girls in the girls' locker room and having to watch them undress because of this nonsense that you're pushing in the schools. You're supposed to be a representation of the people and of the will of the people because we pay you tax dollars. And you're not representing the will of the people. You're representing whatever agenda that they're trying to forcefully push on people. And because parents are overworked, they're underpaid, they're trying to focus on affording health insurance. A lot of parents don't have the time to come to these types of meetings and express what this dude is about to express today. But I think that more parents should be going to these types of meetings and being involved in what's being pushed into their kids' heads, because it is something important. And there's obviously some type of agenda that people don't agree with that continues to be forcefully pushed on our kids. And I'm happy this guy pushed back on it. Let's go.
It's been a long night, huh, guys? Well, you guys had an opportunity tonight to be heroes, and you guys became zeros. So now I'm about to show you guys how uncomfortable it is for these young girls.
Point of order. We've asked that we use...
Oh, so wait. They're covered. You feel uncomfortable? Because that's what these young girls feel like when a boy walks into the locker room and starts unchanging in front of them. Yeah, you feel uncomfortable, right? Feel uncomfortable, huh? That's what these young girls feel like every time a young boy changes in front of them. You can look at me like that all you want. That's exactly how they feel. And you, Miss Muffy, oh, well, I don't know if I stand with girls or if I stand with my, with the law. So you don't care how young girls feel? You don't care about the safety of young kids?
Right.
What about what happened in Virginia with that boy that raped a young girl in a bathroom? Then got sent to another school and did it again.
Exactly, and I'm happy he said that, because that's the point. People didn't care when you wanted to identify as what you wanted to identify as. It started off as empathy. Just be empathetic. Let people live how they want to live. But then those people got into power and they didn't allow other people to live how they wanted to live. They want us to respect their beliefs, but they didn't want to respect everybody else's beliefs, and they tried to make it so that you could get fired for your opinion. They tried to legislate it to be illegal to misgender somebody. So yeah, that's when people started to have a problem. People started to have a problem when you try to legislate your will on the people, and your will is a delusion. We don't care if you want to identify as a bird, but we do care if you want to make it a right to poop on our car. You could identify as whatever you want to identify as. You can identify as a bird if you want to. You could climb to the top roof and then dive off and see if you can fly, if that's what you want to do. But the moment you try to legislate pooping on my car, and in this example, this equivalent would be legislating it to be allowed for boys to go into girls' locker rooms, that's when men are going to have a problem. If you feel like your inability to go into the girls' locker room is going to make it so that you're going to commit self-harm, if it means the safety of my daughter, then I just simply don't care. It's natural selection at that point. You've used up all of your empathy points.
What about what happened in Virginia with that boy that raped a young girl in a bathroom, then got sent to another school and did it again?
Crazy.
What are we going to do when that happens here? How are you going to look that girl in the face and say, sorry, I didn't protect you? This is Maine's capital. We should be setting an example for the rest of the state. You know what example you guys are setting? That we do not care about the young girls in this state.
Exactly.
You guys care about politics.
Exactly.
Oh.
They care about getting pats on the back by people who agree with them that are in higher positions of power. And what he said there was extremely important. A society is judged based on the results of their children and how they treat their children. And when you look at the results that we're having due to this stuff being pushed in the schools, and it has to be because of the inability for some of these teachers to be able to teach, because America has the most funded public education system in the world, by the way. If it's not number one, it's top 5. So funding can't be the problem. The problem is that we don't have teachers. We have activists. And if you fail to educate the next generation of voters, then you're essentially failing the entire country. In schools, teachers should be teaching about math, not morality. Parents are supposed to teach their kids morality, and their morality is supposed to reflect the values of each individual family, not the collective hive mind that the government is trying to implement amongst your kids.
Care about politics.
Right.
Oh, we can't change it because it's not law. It got changed by an executive order by Biden, which is why we're here in the first place. You said I don't want to misquote, was it aunt, grandmother, I'm sorry, whoever it was part of that legal team that made it the law that it was at first until Biden reversed it. So if you were voting with the law, you should have voted the first time. And when you were all just talking about, you were thanking everybody, you forget to thank the public, the people that put you in that seat.
Right.
You guys get paid to sit here tonight. Guess what? We don't. I was at work all day. Now it's almost 11 o'clock. I still haven't had dinner. I'm here on my free time.
Right.
You guys are getting paid. So how about you thank the people that put you in that seat?
He's right. People are overworked and underpaid. He's just absolutely right. He's right. People are just overworked and underpaid. But unfortunately, we still have the duty of paying attention to who's teaching our kids and what are they putting in our kids' heads. I actually envy the time where you could go to the hospital. You could go get a McDouble. You can rely on politics. You can rely on the news. You can rely on these industries because we had a sense of trust. You were able to turn your brain off and live more in the now, focus more on work, focus more on your hobbies, things that you actually enjoy to do with your life. But nowadays, because of the access to information that we have, we've realized that a lot of these industries don't actually work in our best interest. In fact, some of them work against us. And because of that, people are paying attention more now than ever. And I think that those people who are actually paying attention should start to take action. And I understand that people are overworked and underpaid. I understand that. People have jobs that they have to do. But now it's more important than ever to pay attention to this stuff because it's more obvious than ever that these people are working against us. And who do they think they're fooling? Like, the lies aren't even good anymore. Who are you kidding and who are you catering to by pushing this stuff and forcing this stuff into our kids' heads?
Because without us, you wouldn't be there.
Right.
Thank you. Have a good night.
The T's have been the downfall of the LGBT community. The L, the G, and the B's were fine, but the T's are going to make it so that people are going to be very frustrated. And every time they keep trying to push this stuff in the schools, more and more people are getting upset about it. And that's exactly what we need, people to start speaking up. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or L, and give me the HBO special. That's a help brother out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.